In Kandhamal, these Dalits, they are converted into Christian by some nuns from Kerala. And the tribes, that is saying not Christian, not Hindu, not Muslim, they are Kandha tribe. They are not converted. So there's a conflict between, it's a economical situation. In one
Okay.
village, the tribes are staying, and the Dalits are converted, they are giving free food, free education.
Okay. When I think when Sashi makes his film on Kandamal, we will have this discussion. Okay, I can use the prerogative of the chair perhaps and ask one question to you. But to go back to your film on Madani, he's still in jail, and there's absolutely no progress on the case as far as I can understand. So if we can go back to just discussing that a little, what is the local, what kind of support is the PDP managing to raise on his case, and what is their future? What is the future of the PDP? That was something that interested me a bit.
See, I think PDP is an organization which Madani represents. There are several other Muslim organizations, but I have only interviewed Madani, nobody from PDP.
No, okay.
There are other Muslim organizations. For example, there is a Muslim organization called Solidarity Youth Movement. You have Sharif here, who represents Solidarity Youth Movement. They represent more liberative Muslim politics of the youth. They support Kodungalam struggle, Kandamal. They support. They were all in Kandamal. They have been in POSCO. They have been in. From Kasargod Endosulfan movement to Kodungalam. They have the best network. Not NAPM, not the left organizations. They are involved with every struggle in Kerala that way. So you can see their magazine. Could you just come here, Sharif? And
Very interesting this is, because actually
they have about 963 units.
Okay.
You
can speak later.
963 units in Kerala, and they are supporting all people's movements. People like us have a very good, but when they do, it's very interesting. They organize something like 40,000 people's movements on development issue, or around 40 people's movements came. NAPM calls, no 40 people's movements come actually. DYFI comes, they don't come. They call because they have been interacting with them and working for the last 10 years on this, more than 10 years. And there were 40,000 people. And no press covered it. So I asked Sharif, why don't you mobilize the press properly? If I mobilize 100 people there were seminars, 4 day seminar or something like that. They wrote a big book called On the Kerala's Development. Press was not covering. Only some Muslim papers like Madhyamam and all that are covering. So I asked him, why you don't cover it? You don't mobilize the press properly. And he said, we mobilized the press, many people were also there, but when they see solidarity, there is a kind of software which delete it automatically. Because there is a strong Islamophobia in the press, whether we like it or not. If I do with 100 people, I'll get the press coverage. If they do it with 40,000 people, you won't get the press coverage. So this is the reality which we have to face. And they supported the film. Not just the other organizations also involved in Justice for Madani Forum. They were the backbone, and I'm really grateful to them for their patience of my dealing with my frustrations all along for 2 years, and I had to eat his head also quite a bit on several issues. Get this material, all that. But this is the reality in Kerala. Islamophobia is coming up in a major way. There are two phobias in this country. One is Islamophobia and one is homophobia. Rest is other issues of Adivasis, Dalits. It's not phobia. The Aryan section of the upper caste, they know that Adivasis can be handled. They know that 300 churches can be destroyed and they can deal with it. They dealt with it. Nobody bothers. their own women, they say, okay, that also they know that they deal with it. But here it's a phobia. Homophobia and Islamophobia.
I think you're absolutely right about this Islamophobia, because I've been, I track the freedom of expression on a daily basis for this project.
I would like to.
And there's somebody called Salman who was arrested recently.
Yes,
He's still been, I don't know how many of you know that there was this. Would you like to speak about that? Yeah, please do.
See, the thing is also that earlier comment which you said, I forgot, jumped into something else when I was speaking, Sorry about that. What you said is, see, Madani's present condition, that is very important. That one leg was blown up by RSS, and one leg is completely paralyzed, and his health condition is too bad. Eyes are completely blind. One eye is completely blind, one eye is 80% blind, because he's got the sugar problem. And the jail authorities kept on saying that he has no health problem. Madani is complaining, no health problem. Then it became an issue, activists took it up in a major way. And then they said that the problem is that Madani doesn't look after his health properly, and he is not eating properly with the sugar problem and all that. It is like blaming the victim. You blame the victim, and when the women, and Dalit, Adivasi, and Muslim, all blame the victim is a very common phenomenon which has happened. And this extended for such a long time, and the courts did not give him bail for health problem. Even criminals are given for health bail. It took a long time for Madani to for the bail. So now it's a very difficult situation whether Madani will come out properly as a human being with proper sight or not. And walking, he can't walk because one leg is paralyzed. He said, last time I met him with the hospital, he said, if you pour hot water on my leg, I won't understand it. You poke a pin on my leg, one leg, you won't understand. I won't understand it. I won't feel it. So it has come to that stage. So last time when I met him, wait, let me finish. So last time I met him, I found this is the way you can finish one Muslim spiritual person who has supported many struggles. Every leader had its own weaknesses and problems. Nobody is politically 100% correct. I would say all the political leaders that I have associated with, nobody is 100% correct, and Madani has also, you can say, and I'm not saying 100% correct. But the point is that you don't treat this political prisoner. This is the most important political prisoner that I see in India for 14 years in jail with no reason, and all the reasons are so stupid, which they have brought in. I brought in this thing, and KK Shahina started the whole affair. I'm so grateful to KK Shahina. And when I meet Madani in the first time in jail, he was not bothered about his issue. I listened to him and I said, what can we do for you? And he was the person who was saying that there are around thousands of people like us. You do something for, in this jail itself, so many innocent people are there. Incidentally, that jail is called Parapana Agrahara jail. In Bangalore, around 1.5 hours from jail. Imagine the term Agrahara jail. Agrahara is the Brahmin village. So these are also important to understand, the politics of it. He brought in one boy called Sakaria and 2 witnesses on the Bangalore blast. One, police did not even contact him. The other person, in Kannada they wrote and asked him to sign it. A Malayali could not understand Kannada. They said, I can't understand. No, you have to sign it. This is what is written. I said, okay, you write it. And then he says he has not said it. Both the witnesses are false. And that boy doesn't even know why he was caught at that time when we think, why he is mentally wrecked up, his family is wrecked up. Everybody had in that area treated him as a terrorist. See, one person is taken as a terrorist, an innocent person is a terrorist, then the entire area outcasts them. Your nation state, nationhood, everything is coming up, and that's a strong level. You are an outcast. So he said, do something for this boy. And my colleague, Jisha, she writes an article on the first time. Then solidarity involves with other people and creates a kind of forum in his area, Parapanangadi. And that is the time people in that local area is understanding that this boy is not terrorist. It is all framed and fabricated. And this is not one story. There are thousands of stories like that. So why are the journalists not looking into it? Why are the journalists only looking into the police version or what the Sangh Parivar? So now the politics is this. Sangh Parivar sets the agenda, pushes the police, they make somebody fabricated thing, and journalists get the information from the police. Once journalists report, politicians also play the same game. Then people believe, even in the local area of Sakriya, people, even the relatives believe that this guy is a terrorist. How do you, no marriage taking place, everybody is outcast. So it takes a lot of effort, you know. So now this is a reality which is, it's not Madani actually. For me, Madani is a symbol. To study a case, even if you can do with a strong person, you see the people, he doesn't need a bomb. You can see the people support. Even Meza Patkar doesn't have that kind of support of Madani, Abdul Nasir Madani. If he comes to people, there are thousands of people to listen to him, he would speak for 4 hours. You know, why this has happened? You know, so this is something to do with what we started with the GDR film. That you have something like 15,000 crores, which is spent on finding terrorists in this country, intelligence departments, and they have to find terrorists in the coastal areas of Kerala. And the music videos also, a friend has made it, Friends of Solidarity has made it, it also shows something about it. They are training local fisher people, that terrorists are coming from the sea, so fisher people have been trained to spot terrorists. And fisher people use that trying to see where the terrorists, which boat, what boat, all that. This is a ridiculous comedy feature film. It's not tragedy alone. When I look into it, I can make a comedy film on all these issues. How the intelligence people react. And Salman's case is as ridiculous as this. You know, I don't stand up when this song is coming up. You know, and why? There is no rule that you should stand up in a theater in a dark room anyway. You know, and I don't find it. And now I don't think that it represents also. It is not Hindu, Muslim, Christian, all that. As per the anthropological survey of India,
from what you said.
One minute, 1 second, the last point I would say.
Yeah.
The whole question is that as per the anthropological survey of India in this country, there are 4,000 cultures. You know?
Yeah.
Does the national anthem represent 4,000 cultures in this country?
I think what you were saying earlier also about this kind of continuum is what is really alarming. That you have the Sangh Parivar that ratchets up a whole lot of, a kind of environment. And then you have the police, which is very willing to play the game. And then you have laws that help this. So, in fact, in the Salman case, for instance, the Information Technology Act was made use of, as well as the, that act which says that you shouldn't insult the national anthem or something like that. And what was interesting is that people, there were these youth who had gone to see a film. Some of them went on Facebook then to try and trace the boys who hadn't stood up. They went on Facebook, they found one of these boys, and Salman happens to be a boy who posts very interesting comments about India and about independence and democracy, and he's political. He's not in any way insulting, but this was taken note of, and he was, of course, his name being Muslim, that became one of the reasons why he was in jail. I think he's only recently, I don't know if he's still, he's now out on bail. He's out on bail. And his friends. Now this seems to be replicated in so many cases. It's quite incredible that it's being replicated.